Hello everyone, it's Maria. It's Saturday morning. It's almost a week since I came back from the scrapbooking retreat I attended last weekend. It was the Scrap Cafe retreat in Bracknell, and I've just now have got time to show you these layouts that I created last weekend. I set myself a target of 20. Unfortunately, that was really ambitious. I managed to do 13. I could have done maybe a couple more, but I took it easy. I left a bit early on the Sunday. I could have stayed for another hour, I suppose, and I went to bed to sleep quite early on the Saturday night as well. Went to bed about 10:30, quarter to 11, something like that. A lot of people stayed until like 1 and 2 a.m. Not me, sorry. my body clock needs more rest than that. But yeah, so I'm gonna run you through the layouts that I made. There were 9 challenges, well, eight challenges and an extra one. The extra one was like just basically was a raffle to any layouts that you had completed that didn't fit any of the other challenges. You could put them up, and then there was a raffle for a prize. But so 8 layouts, 8 challenges, sorry. So I'll try to show you and tell you which challenges there were for. So this first one, if only, the challenge was to create a layout that about if only, but not in a negative way, but in a positive way, like maybe not positive, but like not about regrets, but about something like what if my life had been different, like in what if I had never gone to university, or what if I had never moved to this country, or what if I had never taken this job, something like that. I didn't have any photos that really met that challenge, but talking to the girls at the weekend, they said, well, just try to fit it with any other photos that you have, and try to fit the journaling. So I really took extra liberty with this challenge, and I made it about if only you could drive yourself to school. I know, really silly. I made this layout like this because Georgia said, what if you were to do a what's it called? I forget the word, but yeah, this was her suggestion. Okay, so this is the first one. This one was for a challenge about just using oh, this is creased, I wonder why. Yeah, sorry, this was for a challenge to just use pattern paper, not to use any cardstock, and yeah, I could have done a tiny bit more. I think it's like a black border or something to bring it in. I may add that after I finish this video, actually, because it does need an extra something. I did do a bit of stitching, which is never a good idea to do stitching at a retreat, because it uses up a lot of time. But I quite like how it looks, so yeah. But yeah, I will probably add, lighting is really bad today actually, I'll probably add like a black border here to bring in the design a bit more. Okay, another one. This layout was for a challenge in which you had to the challenge was to use the sentence while away the hours, and I thought this photo was perfect of me and my son on a hammock. And yeah, again, as you will see, and I have been saying for the last few videos, I'm keeping all my layouts really simple. I was comparing them to other layouts for the people at the retreat that were like really layered, lots of embellishments and lots of mixed media and lots of everything, and then when you put them next to mine looks so like maybe a bit too plain. But I am really liking my style at the moment, really simple and fresh, I suppose. But yeah, oh, by the way, I didn't win any challenges. I don't think my style is people's taste at the moment, but yeah. So yeah, this I really like this one. I left it very simple, like just like I wanted, and I included the while away the hours and on the journaling here. Another one, very simple as well. I think I could have added maybe a bit of splatters or a bit of mixed media under the photo, and this one was about celebration, like celebrate a big event or something like that. Again, I didn't have any photos of any big events like that. I did have a photo of the twins and their grandmother at a wedding, but you couldn't tell there was a wedding, so I didn't want to use the word celebrate in that kind of photo. And talking to the girls again, they said, and I said, well, I have a photo at a funeral. And they said, well, what about celebrating the life? And I was like, oh, you know what, that is perfect, because I wasn't sure how to use this photo, and I quite liked how this turned out in the end, with a few fussy cut flowers, and that's it, keeping it very simple. Next challenge, this was to use the goodie bags and presents that we got. So at the retreat, you're given a pack of papers and a goodie bag with some embellishments and stuff like that, and I decided to use the papers, and this is what I came up with, and I really like it. The papers were, I was quite impressed actually. They're very usable. The patterned, but the patterns are not too in your face, and there's enough patterns to fussy cut and everything. So yeah, I was quite happy, and this is the layout I came up with. I added a few things from my stash. These leaves are from my stash, and obviously the alphas, but the rest are from the paper pack. Another challenge, this was a sketch. It was actually a double page sketch. With this was the page on the left, and then on the right it was like two photos. I can't remember exactly how the sketch went, but a lot of people, so a few people did the full 2-page sketch, but then most of the people just did this sketch with the circle and the two photos there, and fussy cut all these ice creams, and I thought I quite like it. I thought it was quite cute, and I'm very happy with it. Another challenge, this was to just use one color, one photo, yeah, and I decided to just keep it in black and white. I did this, it's not stitched, it's just what do you call it? Don't know what you call it, but yeah, rather than little stitches, it's just from one point to another, and yeah, I quite liked it. I used it with a black and white photo as well, so it's very simple. I used a bit of die cuts and a bit of layering, which I don't do much these days, but yeah, quite like it. Another challenge, this was a tic-tac-toe. What I used was a stencil, so I used a stencil for these triangles in the background, which I used texture paste with. Another item in the tic-tac-toe was bling, so I used some sequins, and the last one was ink, which I used as stamp to do this like ink splatters, and also a bit of splatters with ink. Unfortunately, the stamping with the ink in the texture cardstock didn't really work very well. I'm not 100% happy how it turned out, but otherwise I quite like the layout. This one, I think the rest are not for challenges. I think I've done the other ones. So this one was for just, I actually put this on the anything else, so for challenge number 9, the one that you could put for anything else, and I quite like it. I've used this same design previously on a layout on my New York album, and I thought I use it again, and I very like it. It's very simple, very straightforward, and I've got a million of these little frames left over, and I thought to myself, I need to start using them, so I have started using them little by little. Another layout, this one again not for a challenge. This one, however, I do have a little tradition myself. In every retreat I make a layout which is using other people's products. So for this layout I not borrowed obviously, because I can't give it back, but the strawberry paper and these papers as well, and the frame, and they all came from Georgia, so thank you very much. And yeah, I really like it. Okay, next. Yep. yeah, again, not for a challenge, but I really this is probably one of my most favorite ones. This is from a Chimel paper from one of her previous collections, which I Fussy Cat, leaving a white border, and I really like how it's come out with the title like that as well. There's no journaling, just a few one of these phrase stickers, and that's it, very simple. And last, oh no, there's one more. So another one, again, not a challenge, just because as you can see, it's quite simple with the title here. I wish I had put the title a tiny bit higher to kind of coincide with this horizontally, but never mind, I still quite like it. And the last one, Who Needs IKEA Builders? I really like it. I used a layout I saw on Pinterest as inspiration, and I really like it, again with very little embellishments, and just the focus is on the photos and the title and the journaling. So that's it. Thank you, guys. I want to do some more scrapbooking. I may not, I'm not sure, I still haven't decided. Attend another full day crop at the end of November, but hopefully I will have some time at weekends and stuff like that, maybe over half term, to do some more scrapbooking. So I'll show you another video as soon as I can. In the meantime, enjoy yourselves, have a great rest of the week, and see you soon. Bye.